Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm gonna be having some water here for a bit before I get started. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Moderately alright. Just sort of staying focused, keeping busy with work and whatnot. Nothing all that much different, really, but nothing extraordinary, really, either. So, I'm probably going to give it about another minute or so before I actually get started. I'm just kind of slowly trying to work up momentum to get, actually doing things. So this particular project is one that I kind of struggle and kind of trying to think about to get motivated and working on, because it's a larger sort of scale project to kind of get working on, because the scope is an entire asset pack. So that's a whole bunch of different objects and assets, but I'm kind of struggling to exactly narrow down what I'm going to work on. So it's kind of what I've been trying to think about. So here, why don't we just get started? Let's just do concept capture. So I have a completely empty scene here, and I'm not readily sure where entirely I want to start with what asset or whatever. Didn't really do much prior thinking, but one thing that I do need to do is my base default Blender file comes with a whole bunch of like extra stuff. So I'm gonna go through and kind of just start deleting stuff. So this is all assets from previous things, like actually all that's like brush textures. On style materials, yeah, we don't need that. This, yeah, there's a lot of mesh data here that we don't need. So a lot of this is from extra stuff that I sort of packed into my default file, which is like custom bone rigs and stuff like that. Yeah, see this stuff here I don't need. That's compositor stuff. This is material stuff. I don't need any of that. RGB layer node, master color court. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Alpha layer node, don't know what that is. I'll just delete all these random custom nodes. Probably get rid of the sequencer. That's just random stuff as well. Let's see, workspace. I don't think there's much else I can delete here now. Okay, so one of the things that we have to think about when it comes to like an asset pack that I'm thinking about is what assets do those really involve? Because that could be anything from vehicles to furniture to characters and all that stuff. So I think probably the best thing to do is to kind of start small, so that way we're not really thinking too hard. I think furniture is a good place to start as a warm-up. So why not start with a bookshelf, right? That's pretty simple in terms of furniture, and that's not something that's particularly hard. So we can start with a cube. Alright, so this is a 2 foot, well, not 2, but this is 2 meters tall, and I don't readily know. Yeah, fuck it, we're not gonna think in metric, we're just gonna convert this to imperial because I can't think well in metric. Yeah, it's 2 meters is 6 and some feet. I knew that, but I couldn't readily determine what that is. So I think a lot of bookshelves tend to be about 8 feet tall, and they're probably close to what, about foot and some change thick? Let's do that. So let's do 1.75 feet thick. There we go. Alright. So we're going to start this. We're going to inset it and the thickness. Okay, so this is in inches. I think a good thickness would probably be, based on my understanding of boards, would probably be 0.75 inches. There we go. Although that may need to, let's double that, just because if this is supposed to be a lower poly asset, that might be a bit too thin. Alright. Let's delete this face, and then let's extrude this. Let's not do that. There we go. So this will be the back of it, and this will be the interior back. So normally, for a bookshelf, like if you're actually building it, let's see here. Like I'm just gonna flaunt my experience with woodworking. So these would be, you would have your exterior outside, and the back would just be like a thin sheet of like plywood or something to that effect. But because of how we're having to model this, we're not going to do that. So we're going to have this be the back side and this be the other side. So these are kind of acting as that sheet of plywood. All right, so how long is this board here? Like this bottom board. Let's see here now. Let's go with edge length. About 6.5 feet. That's a bit big. So I want to bring that down to maybe 3 feet. Yeah, I think. There we go. Probably a good number. Okay, I don't have a good way to center that. So let's do that. Make a plane here. Only reason why I want this is just so I can take this and drop it on the ground like that. There you go. Now these should be at 0Z. Just like that. Okay. There's a shell of the bookshelf. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that bottom area and we're going to scale it out like that. I'm going to scale these edges in. There we go, make them flat. And we're going to want them to snap these edges here. There we go. So, the whole topology for the... Oh, hold on. Those are... There we go. So the whole topology for this one shelf here is only these 3 faces because, in all honesty, you only need those for... Those are the only faces that you would ever see of this board. So you only need these 3. Let's say you'd be an appropriate size for a book, about... Let's see. Let's put a cube in here just for an idea for a book. It's just a semblance of one. Probably about like that. That's about 4.5 feet. That's not... Yeah. I'd say that's decent for a book. It's like those are like for big textbooks. Probably good. So if we just pop that down there. Okay. Increase the size a bit. Maybe about like right there. And then let's take the inner edge of this and just bring it in just a little bit more. Just create a little bit of variance. Alright, so we'll bring this area down. And let's do this. Alright. Bit too much. We're gonna have one area with a little bit more space. We can make this area for knickknacks, so let's duplicate. Whoops. Just take this, duplicate it like that. go. Okay. So, this is basically going to be our complete... This is our complete bookshelf in its material. Now we just kind of need to do some texture work. And since this is a pretty simple thing that we got going on here, we can unwrap this pretty easy. There is a bit of a drawback in the way that it's done because these aren't connected or anything to the interior. There's not really a way to shade them. And the way that would be done would be with Vertex shading. And I can probably show that off here in a second. Just duplicate that and I can probably give you an idea. You know what? Let's do that when it's UV mapped and textured. That'll make it easier. So if we can unwrap this, we can check and see all of these areas are nice and evenly flat. And what we need to do now is we need to make a wood texture for this. And I'm sort of setting it for myself that since I'm making an entire asset pack, I don't want to use textures that I find online. So that's kind of my point. So we're going to let's see here. Let's open up GIMP because I think that's going to be helpful to sort of making these textures. Never actually tried making a wooden texture using just GIMP, but this will be interesting. So let's do a 256x scale image. Let's see here. Let's get a decent wooden color. Let's get a base of, let's say, that. All right, we'll just fill this. There we go. Okay, so I believe what I want to do is I need to add noise. So let's go to noise, HSV. All right, so we want some saturation, some value. Hey, Crystal Cloud, how's it going? Dulling. Okay, that dulls it out. And maybe a touch of hue. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna leave slurring. Oh wait, that's not... I think a touch of slurring might be helpful. Just to kind of make it a little bit more noisy. So then... I think it's slide? Yeah. Wait, no, that's not it. Filters, blur... Yeah, that's what it is. So we're gonna shift it vertically. A way to create noise on the thing. This is just my exploration of trying to make a wooden texture by myself, so this is going to be fun. Procedurally, that. I was kind of hoping that it would loop from one end to the other, but it seems to just be shifting them out from the center, well, from the edges, which is exactly what I wanted, but it does create a grain that I'm looking for, but not in the way that I was hoping. I think if I wanted to add, like, you know, interest to the grain, I could do, like, whirl. Yeah, that would create the sort of like a knot or a swirl in the wood grain, but that's not it. Yeah, that creates that. So let's see if I can find a better way to do that. Distortions. Ripple? No, that ain't it. I think shift was the closest I wanted. Here, dilate your road distance. Spread, hold on. Oh. That might have been it. Kinda. So it does kind of do the thing I was looking to do. It does move the pixels vertically. I know wood grains can be different. Let's maybe pull one reference for something. So a common wood that is used in woodworking is pine. So let's take a look at that. So here's some pine wood. That areas that and that. Okay. I'm probably overcomplicating this by trying to do it all procedurally with filters, or just like with common things that I'm using on GIMP instead of just, you know, sucking it up and just drawing it by hand. Or I could just be being a complete asshole by just like, no, I don't want to use, you know, free, readily accessible textures online, even though they are available that you can use, and just do that way. But that's kind of part of my ethos right now, is to not use any of it, right? Because in a way, it's sort of cheating myself and saying, yeah, I made this entire asset pack. Which in and of itself is also probably dumb to be like, no, I'm not gonna do things. Okay, well. I think I've probably generated a touch too much noise, and... Alright. Also might have been a bit too saturated. Let's go back to this color. Alright. So if we get a gradient brush, and we use, I believe, a sawtooth pattern. It's available. Oh, it wouldn't be there. This. Bilinear. Ah. Yeah. That'd be about what we'd look for. And that is kind of the pattern that would arise from, you know? There we go. That's a bit better. That's more along the lines of what we're looking for. Blending linear. Let's experiment with some of these types. Oops, oh, my chat's down 1 second. There we go. Yeah. All right. So curved. Let's do curved. I think that's decent. All right. Now we can add some noise. There we go. All right, filters. What we're looking at here. You can see in this wood, sort of a cross section. The rings are actually, what's the word, perpendicular to this. And these areas here, I think, are where branches are coming out from the log. So, yeah, so this right here would be the center of the tree, and these rings going out are the branches. So, what this would be this is almost like plywood. It's almost too perfect. So by adding some filters, we should be able to look at that. If it was more spaced out, that would be pretty good. But not. That's a bit too. Okay, distortion, shift. Oh wait, I was just on shift. Noise. Oh wait, no. Distortions. Wind. Look at that. Huh. What's this do? Just kind of experimenting with some of these interesting things I've never used before. Whirl and pitch, I think that was one of them was, yeah. There we go. And then we also have, oh, hold on, this doesn't have interpolation mode on, yeah. That'd be more, okay. Cubic's more what I'm looking for. So we want to, alright, so add a little bit of distortions here and there. Hey, how's it going, Sharkistas, I believe? How's it going? Okay, I think this is, I mean, it's not necessarily a fantastic wooden pattern, but it's very generic. It's very loopable for what it's worth. But it's not, you know, fantastic. I think if we're going to do this, probably spare to add like a knot or something like right there. This area right here. Crap, I realize I'm not using my pen tablet. 1 second. But what is it? Wacom capture? There you go. Wait. It's big. What? That's not the Wacom tablet. There we go. So I gotta ship this over here. How's it going, Mikey's? Mike's TV? How's it going? Okay, so this is set to edition. Let's just try normal for now. Well, that's the wrong opacity. Okay. This is not for sample. There we go. Ah, wait, I had to. Wait, no, it was. Set this to multiply and see what that do. Probably not that. Okay. pinch these areas in here. There we go. There we go, that's pretty good. Probably could spare to be. There we go. Hey, orange mint chocolate vanilla. Got a whole Starbucks cafe going on there. Yeah. Not we mess with the hue and saturation here. Maybe not that specifically. Levels.
How do you think it feels? Anything is easy to play. How do you think it feels? Any day from 9 to 5.
Okay, so this here is like basic pine.
Many kinds of good days. Try you do something well. It's coming here.
So we're kind of like this right here is kind of basically what we're utilizing.
Let's be this day. Fresh, nearly the end. I say hello before I'll escape from the skylights. Hanging my breath just sorry to hear what you say. I want you to love me so here I am.
And then maybe let's add actually one thing that we should check.
Do you think it feels if I have
Filter,
to go too far?
layer.
You left to see.
Oh wait, you know what? Here, just do this.
Fight for joy. Do you
Offset.
many kinds of good days?
And it's not perfectly textured. Ow. Oh wait, I can fix it like this. There.
Never be afraid.
That's easy. Hey, Donut Deb, thank you for that. Okay, so tile seamlessly is not going to be the way to go. Good for you. Achieve permanent post-nut clarity. Okay, offset, let's do that.
Since the time we met, we
This
lost
is
our
the
way
issue here.
again. That's when we were heaven sent. But remember,
Oh, the music's a little high? Shit, sorry. That's on there. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it from the actual mixer. There you go, how's that? I think it's better now. Good. Sorry about that. I'm not great with mixing. Also, my mic is cardioid, so the pickup direction isn't the best. Especially when I'm looking on my tablet.
Winner take all.
Trying to get it to trying to like get it to amberize. Like I'm trying to. Okay, yeah. Just add a new layer. Just fill it with this color. Let's set it to so how do I fix this tiling issue? Because with wood grain it's kind of difficult to do. First of all, what I need to do. Come on. Do a thing, please. No. Stop. Do a thing. Ah! Tile. That shit. Fuck. Ah. Damn it. I dropped my pen. Things are not working. Yes, that. Thank you. This may be a bit too high resolution, honestly. And it is. Let's lower that. So it's kind of picturing in my head for like this is probably like maybe like 8 inches worth of like wood, if we're gonna be really honest. But doing like this is way too big. So let's scale this down. 64 pixels. Yeah, I can imagine that pretty decently for a piece of wood. So there. Maybe it's can I get some contrast? Aged oak. Didn't really do me any favors and what I wanted it to do, but you know. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's why. No wonder. Bring those lines out a bit more. Alright. Let's export this out. Recently used in the E drive. Aspect video. Textures. Alright. I'm sure I'll make more than one wooden texture. Okay, so you have it as PNG. And let's just kind of see how that looks. Also, I didn't check to see how this would look tiled, so. Not fantastic, but serviceable. I think the main issue really is that knot in the center. Maybe I can. Let's use a smudge. Well, yeah, for whatever reason, GIMP doesn't have. It did not have or save my. What's it now? Pen dynamics. It just doesn't have them, so I'm kind of stuck with not being able to use them. There we go. Let's just drink that in like that. brush. That's not that bad. If this doesn't look too great, then I'll probably start over with a smaller resolution. That, or I'll go back to the 256 resolution I was, but start with much smaller, rings. Okay. So here we're gonna go. Yeah, we'll just do a diffuse one. There we go. Set this to closest. And for what it's worth, that's not that bad. Make these a bit bigger. How's that work? Yeah, having that not is definitely not a great idea. Okay. Let's just grab a healing brush and just kind of... There we go. Cover that up. Yeah, now the issue is there are areas where it wasn't perfectly... where it's too straight, where some of it's warped, but some of it isn't. So... Alright, see how this wood works. Okay. Put like a generic light on it. See, light is not willing to behave. It's kind of bleeding through the corners. Scale that up by 0. There you go. That fixed the light problem. Okay. So is there any way to fix the lighting issue as it is? Because as of right now, the light kind of just passes through the wood here, and that's not fantastic. Also, I kind of want this. This looks like an untreated wood, where it's not like a dark. Oh, I'm not even sharing my fucking screen. Hold on, wrong. Yeah, I was using the wrong screen. So yeah, this doesn't look like a treated wood. It's a very untreated oak look. So let me swap back to this. Like that, and then there we go. That's a treated wood look. Okay, so that's what we want. Okay, so that's the base color that we got. Okay. I can add a zero palette. Where's that? Yeah, palette editor. Thank you. Is there any way to make a new one? Or is this color history? Palettes. There we go. Yep. Okay, so we want like the brightest color here, which is this one. Let's add that, and then we want like darkest, which is like that one. All right. Now let's grab a gradient here. I'm gonna redo the here. Okay, this is set to multiply. We don't want that. Normal. All right. That filters. Store. I know we want whirl. Not all that much. Let's see here. Detect. Lens distortion. Oh, this is probably for lighting. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Could just manually do it with the warp brush, honestly. That's shrinking area. Okay. Well, if I am going to do it like this, I am going to need. I need to mirror the corners. Symmetry, yes. And it isn't tiling. And this is 64. So, whoop. No, you're not gonna go all the way up to that. Okay, close enough. If I do that, it's not, it doesn't do that. Okay. Mandela. Maybe that's what it needs to be. Should affect down there as well. That's the idea, but it isn't doing that. Less. Okay, so distortions happening up here do affect them as well as over here. So in theory, if I did that and hit enter, it did not do it at the bottom. Great. Oh, pain in my ass. Okay, so what I have to do now, I have to tile. We're gonna tile this 3 times. Okay. All right. There. Okay then. I can't do a multiple, so it'd be 28. All right. There we go. This centerpiece is what we're working with here. do need to add a mirroring point. There we go. So when I do it there... Cool. Still doesn't work. Fucking... Yeah, just do the thing that I need you to do to fucking work. Please. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm not even sharing the right fucking screen. God damn it. God damn it. Ah! I'm losing it. Alright, so all I want it to do is like, alright, I moved that. I want it to move down there too. And it isn't. I'm losing it. I'm going crazy. In more ways than one, because apparently I can't notice that the thing that I'm looking at isn't even working. I'm so sorry. This is... I feel like I'm just going out of my mind. In a lot of cases I am. Oh. Okay, fuck it. First gonna add random ripples and swirls here. See how it works. Grow some areas, maybe not that much. There we go. That's probably a bit way too much. Let's decrease the strength of that. This layer. Yeah. This. Whoops. Go. Yeah, set that to multiply. Now let's add some noise. A lot of perfection here on these areas. Let's try to mitigate that. Yep. This will probably be a much better texture. We'll certainly have a lot more detail than the original one. Alright. Swapping back to this. Now I've made the UV scales are way too big. There we go. decent. This right here, that needs to be flipped that way. Oh wait, hold on. I went throughout the entire side. There we go. Just this one. Rotate that one. 90. There we go. And then this one. Okay. So, using my basic own wooden texture, the issue of what I would want to do is I would want to shade this using Vertex shading, and I can't quite do that with this because, well, these areas right here would need to be connected, and well, these are sort of, these faces are not connected at all. They're just like they're just sort of the standalone plane. So calculating the vertex shading there isn't really helpful. So mitigate that. We can either just not worry about it and let actual lighting handle it, which is not ideal. Or I could combine it together and then see what it would look like if we combined it together. Let's just take a second here. So if I go into here, we want it. There we go. Have our material named. Mat, bookshelf. I might want to flatten the grain pattern. It's a bit too much contrast, maybe. Too much cheese, too much macaroni. Let's dabble a little bit more. New from visible. Paste it here. We want to flatten this pattern. I want to flatten it but maintain color. So then we're going to drop it back down. So exposure. I want to reduce the black. Wait, I'm being dumb. Just had one instead. Basically just sort of crunching them back down. Okay, so relatively speaking, I've made it much more saturated. Which I suppose makes sense. I'm just sort of slapping the values back and forth. So let's see. Yeah, let's just leave the saturation where it's at. Let's just make a new variant of it. I can clean it up later. Let's just see how it looks. Okay. So the thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to add a color. Whoop. Actual view. There we go. Color attribute. Here we go. So this is going to be how we're going to see vertex shading. And we're going to do a mix color node. Multiply. Oh, that's not what we need. We want that to be multiply. Okay, so when we add vertex color here, let me just sort of grab that. There we go. All right. So if we just actually we just want like this. I can't tell if that's actually doing anything. Okay, if I okay, Shift K doesn't seem to do anything like it used to. Great. Oh, it's a factor of 0. Brilliant. There we go. Okay. So now we're kind of seeing the shading. But the issue is that it isn't going to be applicable to each individual area since this is an entire face. It's just sort of spreading the gradient across there, which I don't really want. So I'm gonna have to do some stuff to make it work. So yeah, to do that, we're gonna have to join these faces like this. This ain't gonna be fun. Okay. All right, subdivide these edges by 2. There we go. Then subdivide that by 1. That's the back. We don't want that. Hide that. Okay, so these areas here can be merged together. There we go. Yeah. Not sure. You know what? Let's set it to do this. If we set it to backface culling. Yeah. There we go. All right, so all those faces. I suppose I could just symmetrize this, couldn't I? There we go. Take that and just solve those edge loops. There we go. Well, I didn't really need to do that just yet. I still have this area here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to subdivide this for every one of these. So 5 times 1. Okay. Those. Oh, not that. Mark C. Here we go. Alright, now we need to go and correct them in the UV map, so that way they're all facing the right way. This one. Whoop. All right. Now we'll do some vertex shading. Just start by selecting all the underside of the faces. Maybe a little bit more. Right. I think that's pretty good. Probably. Like that. I do like how it does give like a nice softness to it that I like. Also, that does simplify that. Hey, Drop 70, how's it going? Thank you. Up into the back. Wait. Oh. Okay. Flip that. There we go. There's the back. Alright, now let's say we render this at... Whoop. And then film, set that to 0. How would this look in like a low rendered engine? Thank you. So if you render that, I think that's pretty decent of render. Let's try the other one that we had. This is my attention deficit working in overdrive. I tend to swap between things. You know what? Let's try less saturation again. So go. We desaturate this. I think that may be where we're at. A little bit less saturation. Well, I already have a copy of this one, so let's just place this for now. Alright. Oh, right. Alright. I think that's it. That's a good color. Yeah. You want to do a full environment with those assets? I think that's kind of my general idea. So I haven't really encapsulated the scope of what I want to do with my asset pack. As of right now, I'm currently doing furniture because I think that's a decent place to start. So you can just fill an area with furniture that you have. But as of right now, yeah, at some point or another, I want to do characters. I had an idea for a monster that I wanted to add into this pack. But as of right now, I'm not too sure. So we got a bookshelf. What else do we want to do? I think a basic table could be good too, right? Let me name this. So, nope. Okay, I've got a bookshelf. Let's also name the material, the mesh that. You know what? Let's add a denominator, right? So this is a. There we go, furniture shelf. Let's paste that in there as well. Okay. So that's what we got. Yeah. So, another thing that you might have is like some kind of desk, right? So I got a desk. I can model a desk. Let's add a desk. All right. How big would one typically have a desk? So this is basically to scale. This is 8 foot. This is an 8 foot bookshelf. Actually, this doesn't even necessarily need to be just strictly bookshelf. So this could be material wood. All right, we have a wooden material. All right, so considering I don't have the file explorer up. There we go. So this is using wood 2. Let's just delete that file. Whoopsies. Rename this wood 1. There we go. And then let's clean up unused data. There we go. Okay, so this is going to use the wood material. We're going to need to give it the Vertex color. There we go. Very generic wood color. Okay. Hey, Zombizzle, how's it going? Happy half-off Halloween. I don't know if you're saying that because, thanks, Crystal. Are you saying half off Halloween because there's a sale going on somewhere, or because you missed Halloween by a day and a half or so? Okay, so if we're making a tabletop, let's see here. This is not the wrong thing. Edge length. Yeah, everything's half off today, so you can prep for next year. Ah, interesting. Okay, so let's say a desk is, what, 3 feet? Okay. It says effect's gonna be on Patreon or free. I'm not entirely sure. I have not used Patreon in so long. I feel so bad. I feel really bad about using Patreon because it just didn't go anywhere, in my opinion. Anyway. Okay, what kind of desk are we doing? Let me just look at some desks, actually, get an idea. I kind of want to go for like a old kind of classic kind of desk. Yeah, these are kind of nice. Let's look at these. I think these are pretty neat. I don't want to do modern. But yeah, I was going to have like a drawer set here. I think this is pretty good. Let's see here. That one's pretty good too. I like that. It's a donut writing desk. Let's stick with this one. I like this one. Okay, so instead, okay, how tall is this desk? So this needs to be about 3 feet 7'2". No, I need that in inches. I'm not. All right. Set that to inches. How many inches is that? 43 inches. No, that should be around 30 or so. There we go. That'll be close enough. All right. Let's set that for the cursor at the moment. Ah, this needs to be pinned. That's the right size. That instead, clear that. There we go. Hope you had a happy Halloween. It worked. It was a fine, serviceable Halloween. Didn't really do much, honestly. I don't know. Okay. Symmetry. That's not symmetry. There we go. Okay, how wide are these? That's a foot and some change. There you go, maybe like that. There we go. Huh? Oh. That's why. Okay. So typically these would have a back face somewhere in there. Okay, so these are going to be our little drawers. Oop. Don't want to or need to inset them. There we go. That's probably better. Okay, let's sort of. Okay. I think I want to adjust the just them a little bit because the grain is just a little bit too harsh on them. Let me look at this again. Does that look like it's forward a bit? Huh. It's weird. Yeah, that's a bit strange. This area right here, the sort of, area where your knees would go, looks like it's forward a bit. Now, what's the point of that? But that does remind me I do need... Wow, thanks. Well... Yeah. Wait, whoa. I just wrote... Oh. Interesting. So even with... That corrects not only UV maps, but also corrects vertex shading. Interesting. That's wild. Okay. Okay, do have the right set. There we go. Oh wait, that's... There we go. Just in case you want to see it from a different angle or something. There we go. Why is... There we go. Good. And let's move this up a bit. Okay. Oh, my foot's going numb. Ugh. I need to stop that. Okay, but what we need to do... Oh. Well, that's already dealt with. Yeah. Is that the same over here? Yeah, okay. Let's deal with the cabinets here for a second. Or not the cabinets, the drawers. Okay. There we go. So let's inset them. Yeah. 1.25 inches. There you go. Unhide everything. Go into this mode. There we go. So now we should just be able to, well, we should be able to pull them out like that. And we can, but they're not shaded on the inside. So we're gonna have to fix that for all of them. Actually, I might as well just work on UV mapping them now because they're all going to be the exact. Oh, they're going to be the exact same. Mark the bottom there. Just mark those as seams. Okay. We want to select these from seam. Actually, that one doesn't need UV mapped at all. That one's fine. Let's see, this one. Those. What? Well, these areas don't need seamed. Before we do that, let's pin this one, because this one's perfectly fine. Yeah, that one's perfectly fine. This one, on the other hand, there we go. Oh, that never got marked. There we go. All right. It seems that if they were seamed correctly, then they have the correct UV map. So this one. Ah, there we go.
DNA の設計図をコピーしたメッセンジャー RNA が核の穴から出ていきます。RNA は酵素などのタンパク質を作る製造工場リボゾームへと向かいます。リボゾームにはメッセンジャー RNA が設計図に合う材料のアミノ酸がトランスファー RNA によって運ばれてきます。タンパク質合成に大切なのはどのアミノ酸をどんな順序で並べるのかが重要です。
There we go. We can now pull things out.
アミノ酸は次々とつながれて設計図通りのタンパク質が出来上がっていきます。
But now, here comes this problem. We need to create handles for these drawers, and the drawers themselves, well, the handles are to be made out of metal, which means I would have to add a new material. But that material, I don't really want to make I don't want to make like a metal material for it because I don't want to actually have any texture. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to make a new material. We're just going to go matte Vertex. All it's going to do is it's basically just going to be diffuse. It's just going to be a flat diffuse material, but it's going to have color attribute. Because all it's using is the Vertex color itself. Not going to use anything else. So. All right. All right. So, Vertex color. I want these to be like a brass color. Hey, Mishavoy, how's it going? Okay, and let's shade these smooth. Let's scale these on the z-axis. That way. There we go. And let's take all these edges, scale them down. There you go. SpaceX style asset pack? Yes. Hi there. Welcome to November and happy Wednesday. Thank you, John B. Marine. Yes, this is a PS1 style asset pack. That is the plan. I don't think I've chatted in this channel before. I don't believe so either. John B. Marine just sounds like a... It just sounds kind of just like a... Just like an insert random COD character here. I'm John B. Marine. Your videos on PS1 style graphics are inspiring me. Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, let's set this to multiply and see what this does. No, let's see what adding does, and then turn up the saturation a good amount. I think that adds some shine to him a little bit. There we go. And set this to multiply, and then just hit the corner. Yeah. Could you imagine? Well, don't even imagine. Just remember, I took an entire hour to make this custom wooden texture, all because I refused to download one from online, and I was making this all for myself. So, me just being a complete asshole. We do this flat attribute texture. I think that looks fine. I think those look pretty metallic. What looks amazing though. Thank you. All right. And that's what that looks like from here. Nailed the PS1 look. Thank you. I want to add just a little bit to these, just to add just a bit of shading to them, just so they stand out a bit more. Let's add a color palette. All right, wood vert shading. There we go. Let's add that color. Most realistic 3D model I've ever made was an actual human foot based on a tutorial I followed. Nice. Not really sure what my most human thing that I've done is. I think that could be a bit more subtle. I think I made it too much. Okay, a little bit that, a little bit less saturation. There we go. No problem. There we go. I'm out on that note. Take care. See ya. Have a good one. Okay. There we go. Okay, I think the seating area right here is a bit too wide, so... Uh-oh. Yeah. So, with having this on connected, shifting these that causes problems. The Vertex colors don't know what to do, or they try to stay put and don't follow the wood. So we're gonna have to adjust this one. There we go. That's probably close to back where it was. All right. I think that's a moderately decent desk. All right. And if nothing else, we can always texture swap out a different wooden texture, and it would, look just as fine. So, what do I want to make next? I don't really know, honestly. So I've been basically making furniture this whole time. But I don't... Well, I suppose I can make a door, right? That's pretty simple. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna use this here real quick. So we're just gonna separate that. Let me do some cleanup here. So the center of this should probably be there. If this was a physics item, it would be the center of gravity, but it isn't. So this is furniture, desk. There we go. And we'll copy that name and paste that there. This here is going to be door. I don't know what kind of designator I want to give it, but it's a door. Okay. Rotate on the y-axis 90 degrees. Rotate that 90 degrees as well. So a lot of doors. That's no. So a lot of doors are like 8 feet tall. So really about like that. And then they're about 3 and some change wide. So depending on like the kind of door that we're going for, it could literally just be as simple as this, and then we add a doorknob. Probably be on this side. Let's add a sphere. 5 faces. Set to face. Whoops. Come on. Circle. 5 faces. Non-gun fill. Then we can do vert color. Okay, so that is not the direction I want it to go. Damn it. I think the door could be maybe a bit thicker. About there. So, honestly, as stupid as this is, like, oh yeah, there's a perfectly good door, but I mean, I'm looking at my door, and that's basically it, right? There's nothing too fancy about it. It doesn't have a wooden panel or, you know, anything on it. So for what it's worth, yeah, this is just fine. But, you know, it's a very basic door. You know, what if we wanted to have some extra detail? Say, for instance, okay. Yeah. Although that's a bit awkward because that's where the door is. The door handle is. Oh shit. Hold on. I forgot. This is a duplicate of that. Using the same data. How do those paneled doors actually look? That was just straight from memory. I know they have paneling and I know how they look, but okay, so it is offset from the handle. I just kind of goofed it. Okay, well that's fixable. Come on now, damn it. Basically how that's done. Let's split that into, let's split this bottom one into two panels, actually. Where do I split it? Let's split it this way. Probably better to do it. That makes it a little bit more complicated, actually. Okay. Now, we join that. There we go. Now we split it. Okay, we're looking at this one. Should wait. Yeah, the step I did incorrect. I did the step incorrectly, so doing that, I made it too complicated. There. Okay. Now we can connect these. There we go. Now we got some paneling. Very basic wood panel. Of course, all these got seams on them. Let's take this, symmetrize it from front to back, and hell. Okay, that's more accurate. Alright, we're gonna merge these together to make these simple. What the? Huh. Well, that's incorrect. Fuck it, just delete that face. Okay, is this thing... Yeah, I messed up the scale. I have an idea. Huh, they're connected. That's interesting. Unintentional, but sure. All right, let's separate that real quick. Set this to be a scale of 8. There we go. There we go. Get it going back together. All good. Basic panel door. Anyone got any ideas? These are very basic Signs.
You needed such a long life. Won't you read me?
Oh.
I wonder why do what you find. We surely realize
Should I do like kitchen cabinets?
once or twice there's lots of price.
Suppose I could. Easy enough, I suppose. Sure, why not? I'll do kitchen cabinets. Alright. Okay, well, we're gonna do the cabinet and then the kitchen countertop. So. They're very separate things. So. Sharp. Alright, let's set this up real quick. Normal. Yeah, whatever. Help. Yeah. Okay. That's the basic for the countertop. And let's see here. We're gonna separate this. Yep. Actually, I don't think that's a 90-degree angle. Never mind. I was gonna basically split this in half. Whoa. That isn't really gonna do what I need it to do. I don't have a good way to split this into a 45-degree angle. Well, I feel like I could just do this. Take this 90 degrees. These faces. I had the wrong edge for a second. So this should all be connected, right? Oh wait, I deleted that side, right? Well, at the corner, it shouldn't, never mind, it should just be flat. Just delete that base. Okay. Don't really need the underside. I mean, to an extent, I suppose we do. Whoops. Wrong edge selected. There we go. Well. There we go. There we go. Okay. Doesn't exactly tile grate. There we go. That's where the edges would meet. That's weird. There we go, and that should fix that side because it is the same mesh data. Oh, well, that's just that. Okay. Okay, so how long is this piece here? 3 feet, 5.5 inches. Okay. Well, I don't have a way to be exact about that, but Could punch it in there and that would work. Then I'd have to... Well, I should be able to do that here. Oh. 3.5. Okay. So that would be scaled by the same metric. There we go. And then we apply the scale to both of them. This is... Okay, 3 point. Shit. There we go. Let's apply that scale and then stick that up by -2 inches. What? How the hell did that happen? So it says it's 3.5 inches, but in the edit mode, it's lying and saying it's 3.49 inches. Well, that's beans and toast, but as long as it works, doesn't really matter. Okay. Oh. So that's not lined up with the cabinet top. Okay. So we have the we have the counters, countertops. These would be modular, so you know what? Yeah, that managed to stick along. There you go. These were supposed to be countertops, and they're modular, so that way you can take whichever way you want to go with them. So now I just sort of need to make a texture for them. And what kind of texture should we do? We should do some kind of like granite of some kind. All right. And, well, these things are just sort of veneer anyway, so... we go. Probably could have just done a cube project, honestly. Actually, it might just be the exact same thing. Cube project. Yeah, probably. But we gotta make a texture now. So, yeah, here we go. Make a new texture. Oh, I didn't realize this wasn't. Huh. That's weird. Let's see here. There we go. I accidentally had a odd shaped texture. It wasn't power of 2. Well, someone's been messaging me. Uh-oh. Actually, let me check, make sure that isn't something important. Just someone asking for help, really. I can get to them in a bit. Oh, someone also in here. Hey, the stream bot's working. Nice. Cool. We had a problem with that for a while where it wouldn't work, but it's working now. So let's go back to, here we go. Whoop, this one's on music. There we go. Okay. We're gonna do a new, this size texture. Okay, let's make some stuff. All right, we're gonna make some noise. Go. Okay. We got some color vomit going on here. Let's see here. I mean, that right there would be a pretty decent Granite texture. And then we could do, what's the filter that I like? I believe it's artistic water pixel. I quite like this. Then we can throw just a little bit more noise on that. Add like a grainy texture to it. We may not need it this big, so let's scale this down. Maybe even down to 64. There we go. It's probably good. All right. I'm gonna keep it grayscale. I thought about coloring it here, but I don't think I'm gonna. Alright. So we're gonna take this. We're basically just gonna be using the wood texture, but we're just gonna change it slightly. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace it. Place it now. Okay, good. It didn't affect the wood texture. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be crazy. Yeah, look at that. That looks like a pretty decent Granite tabletop. Could maybe adjust the levels and may or may not be too much. But what we can do is we can add a... Oh, wait, I want that shade, though. There we go. So with a grayscale, if we multiply color, we can actually just make it whatever color we want. So if we wanted it to be, you know, red or something, we could just do that, and then you have red granite countertops. But I think we want it to be like a sort of that color. Maybe not that dark. Yeah. Let me adjust the levels. Maybe I might not want it to be that dark. There we go. Alright, now that we've done that, I can adjust the... There we go. Like those look like some decent granite countertops. And we're just gonna take this and then UV cube projection, and then just set that to use granite as well. Vertex paint. There we go. Same thing. Then we can just see. There you go. Now, ideally, when you're actually using these, if I was using them to make an asset, if they were to extend a certain distance, I would delete these edges where they'd line up with this. That way, there's no necessary... That way we wouldn't have any faces we don't need rendered. That's basically the idea. All right, good. We got countertops. Now we just really need cabinets. Cabinets would fit in these, so... We could just use wood for now. Okay. Now, the wood grain typically isn't really expressed on cabinets, not really. Kind of depends on what material you want to use. You could throw anything on here. Oh, this is probably shaded smooth, isn't it? There you go. So what material should I add for that? Also, a lot of the times you know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make vanity drawers. So let's do about like that. Right about like there. Delete the face. And set them like that. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure that I ain't got any faces that we don't need. So this is sort of the default cabinet at the moment. Now I'll probably need to add a texture for this for itself. At least for like the little drawers, I might have to give them their own texture. I may or may not. So, so if it's a painted cabinet, really we could just get away with this. Otherwise, we would need to add a texture, which, you know, we just use a different material. So we could just go with this for now. And this is a very basic cabinet. We can just, you know, duplicate these as we want. But they're rather plain. And you know what? Just to double down and make sure that I know that we're not doing anything weird or dumb with our cabinet, let's just do. Let's look at kitchen cabinets and get an idea. Okay. So yeah, for a sink cabinet, it looks like they have the little double doors. But other than that, they seem to normally be. Well, here's some examples. Those have doubles. These have singles. Although these are also paneled as well. And now that I'm thinking about that, these wouldn't be modeled into the door themselves. These would be textured in. I shouldn't have this be modeled. So we're just gonna delete that. And this will probably need to be, this will need a texture. So let's mark that. Ah, cat, please do not cannonball at the back of my fucking chair. Ugh. All right, well, cat wants to be in my lap today. Okay. All right, so at some point or another. Okay. Project those to view. Okay, so these are. I'll probably make a door texture at some point or another. So for this, let's just make a duplicate of that, and we'll do this material. Wood door 1. I'm sure I'll make many variations of that. That's probably fine. I don't think they need to open up double. Although that being said, let's delete the top because you're not supposed to be able to see that side. And also, let's make a sink version. So let's inset that. What the? Ah, there's the issue. You know what? Let's. I just had a realization. Hold on. Yeah, there's that. Okay, you know what? Just here. Yeah. There we go. Problem solved. As for this, there. Let's assign. There we go. There we go. Actually, there's no reason to do that. Just to. I just want to add like a little hole there. I don't want to. go. Vertex, let's... yeah, that's too much. Lower the saturation. There we go. I don't know if I want this to be porcelain or, well, if it's a kitchen sink, it would be stainless steel. So... let's start with this color. And then go to this color. Well, shit, that's too much. To set this to add. Oh god, Cat, you're about to roll out of my lap. Cat, please do not. Please do not. Too much. That. Let's put this to multiply. That's pretty good. Let's see our kitchen sink. Yeah, just something basic. This is a tap that comes out the top. These are a lot more modern than the ones that I have in my house. Jesus. I don't know what happens if I put in like 90s. What does those look like? Yeah. Nothing much changes, huh? All right. Cat, don't bump my hand. I'm trying to move. Okay. Okay. Flatten those. Okay, let's add a circle. We're gonna set it to a vertice of 3. We're gonna rotate it at 180 degrees. There we go. Set that to the vertex. Let's do that. There we go. Hit it with that. And then the underside with multiply. top side. Some of that. And where would the knobs go? And it seems that one goes on the side there. Kind of want like actual. Well, that didn't really help. First, I actually have to. Let's just duplicate this. Cool. I didn't accidentally. Okay. Just wanted to make sure about that. That's another thing. We do not need the underside. Thank you very much. Let's add another circle. Oh. There we go. Keep it smooth. There we go. What the? I see that. That's incorrect. There you go. Okay, then let's go into here. Normals. Oh, it's already set to do that. So if we just mark these as sharp. There we go. Vertex paint, just set that. Go. Set this to multiply. Alright, take this. Let's feel like that a little bit. And then no. That does bring up another thought. You. In case we don't need a render. There we go. Time to sleep. Thank you for showing your work in progress. See you next time. See you, Drop 70. Yeah, it is starting to get late for a work day, isn't it? Huh? Yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, near or across the x-axis. There we go. Look at that. We got a sync. Looks very syncy to me. What I might do, I might make a rust texture and then throw rust / grunge texture, and then I'll throw it onto that. Matter of fact, we can just say, make a duplicate of that, and then we'll do grunge 1. I'm sure I'm gonna have multiple variances of it. Mix color. That's extra. Maybe I should call it Vert Grunge. There we go. So, Vert Grunge 1. Because the intention is we're keeping the Vert colors. That's what we want to be the core color. But we're layering on top a grunge layer. So... there we go. Save as textures grunge 01. Okay. So this is just basic derp. There. I don't. With Blender having updated, I can't just. I have to go find the external link to GIMP, which is annoying. So instead, I'll just launch my File Explorer and go to it manually. So Asset Pack Video, Asset Pack Textures, and then we'll just open up Grunge 001. Alright. What kind of color brushes we got? What does this look like? Oil. It's kind of on par with what we want, but it doesn't have a sort of dotting, raking effect. Ah! Maybe set this to be an airbrush. Let's see, what kind of stuff can I do? Jitter. Can I have an option that rotates it? Not really. Let's fuck with it in here then. Because I have some. Blender has a little bit better options in terms of brush dynamic. Paint. Show me the tool settings. Alright. Airbrush, watercolor. Alright. So that's airbrush. Kind of slap this around for a little while. Maybe a different color. Actually, set that to multiply. Ugh, never mind. Okay. Subtract, no. That's probably overshot it because base color still needs to be white. Yeah, well, went a little overkill, honestly. That's probably more akin to what we want. And then that. There we go. I don't even need it that big. Let's try nail it down to 64. There we go. Yeah, considering it's getting closer to nighttime, well, the nighttime's sleeping time. I'm sorry, buddy. Might wanna wrap this up close. Let me just export that. Open this up in Blender. Let's see here. File seamlessly. Yeah, actually, let's do it this way. Offset. Oh yeah. Okay. Flip it back. All right. There we go. Export grunge texture 1. Let's see here, maybe. Let's try that, maybe. Okay, Blender, there we go. Load that. Okay. Oh, look at that. I think that's using the grunge texture, I think. Select by material. Nice. We have... Actually, no, I can do it this way. Select. There we go. All right, let's do a... I believe I want cube projection. There we go. All right, let's select this and clear sharps. There we go. Shade smooth. Unwrap. There we go. And also, this is using linear interpolation, which we don't want. There we go. And, okay, that's... Thanks, Rubicon. Okay, UV editing, average scale. Yeah, that looks good. I think I can get away with just making this a bit more dark. Let me... Yeah, there you go. That's a good grunge. Yeah, get grungy. Kind of like a moldy color. I don't know. Here, let's adjust the hue for that. That doesn't seem to do anything. What does that count as? Let's try. Counts as yellow? You fucking what, mate? Ah, there we go. Now we're talking. Okay, if we want to make this rusty, we're gonna have to add some noise. No saturation noise, but value noise for sure. Actually, yeah, we do want saturation noise, but no hue noise. That's it. Dulling. Yeah, a little bit of dulling. And then we need to do some distortions. Shifting? No. Damn it.
Music is the base.
Slur. Here you go. There we go. Let's set that to Rust 001. Okay, yeah, kind of got a gross texture there. Let's update that. Vert Rust 001. And then we'll change this to Rust. Oh yeah, that's rusty. Good shit. All right. There we go. Meow. Cat's meowing at me. Kind of thinking about maybe doing this where the sink has a partition. So this would be like a double. Would have to be like twice as wide.
Music.
That wouldn't work. Basically, it would need to go that way. And then there would be like a little partition here. You know what, fuck it. We can make this its own model. So we can have a single sink. And then let's, there we go. Sink long, there we go. I don't know where exactly that it would be to make this twice as long, so let's just... Okay, somewhere over there, good. There we go. Whoop. Damn it. Give me this too. Why? There we go. Okay, duplicate that. Do not bevel. Subdivide. Actually. What happened to this? Oh, I know. Go. Good. Okay. All right. Damn it. All right, that would be good. Now we have long sync. There we go. Also, this probably needs to be second. Select by that. Ah, son of a bitch. Cat, don't go. Okay. So I have made the mistake. Cat, don't sit on my keyboard. Alright. I made... wait. What the hell happened to that, though? Ah. Leg's going numb again. Ah. Aw. What, buddy? He's meowing at me. Alright, minus... What? What, buddy? Okay. Come on, get to my left. There you go. Meow. What? Alright, minus 7. There we go. So at one point or another, these managed to get messed up because I guess connect face attributes was on. So now, there we go. Now I can re-UV map this. Hold on. Here, I got an idea. Let's just pin this, then unwrap. And there you go. Or better yet, even. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. Yeah, let's just do that then. Project from view. There you go. Oh, and let me guess, these. Huh. How'd that happen? They somehow flattened out. Weird. There we go. All right, well, it's going on 11. I've been streaming for about 3 hours, so I think I'm going to call it here, and I'll probably maybe continue some time again tomorrow. I don't know what exactly I'll model that time, but I'll come up with something. So as of right now, we're doing decently, kind of picking up, you know, some basic assets, some modular stuff. And from there, I will continue on and make some other things as well. But for right now, this is where we're going to stop. I spent the majority of the time making a wood texture. But that said, I'm going to go. Appreciate everyone coming out. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.